Hello everybody, I'm Ray Kowalski here at Thor Motor Coach, and this is the all-new 2021 Venetian F42. The Venetian is built on a Freightliner raised rail chassis. We have two different sizes, 40-foot and 42-foot tag axle floor plans. The two 40-foot floor plans come with an 8.9-liter ISL engine, which comes with 380 horsepower and 1150 pound-feet of torque. The two 42-foot tag axle floor plans come with a 400 horsepower engine as well as 1250 pound-feet of torque. The Venetian comes up shy to only the Tuscany, which is our flagship product here at Thor Motor Coach, making the Venetian one of the most high-end, luxurious products that we manufacture across the board. Landing in what we would consider the 8.9-liter entry-level segment of the Class A diesel pusher market, the Venetian competes in one of the highest volume segments that there is. For anyone who may not be as familiar with the diesel market, the reason this segment is so popular amongst consumers is that because when you jump from the 6.7-liter ISB to an 8.9-liter ISL engine, not only do you get more power and speed, but comfort and luxury as well. It's the popularity and competitive nature of this segment that has pushed us at Thor Motor Coach to really redesign and transform this product over the last 1 to 2 years. The biggest thing is the new design. This doesn't look like your typical RV that you would see. So today, we're really excited to show you everything that we've done to make the product what it is today. This new interior style that we're in right now is what we call the Studio Collection. Our lead designer, as well as my boss, Adam Gudger, will actually go to different home shows throughout the country, and what they found out was all the new trends happening in residential. So what they decided to do is bring those trends into the RV industry, and this is what we have come up with. They've done a phenomenal job of getting away from that more traditional style that you see in most RVs and making it feel as more of an at-home feel. It's a little bit more modern than you would typically see in most traditional RVs. We have the gray tone cabinetry with cleaner lines, our wood look porcelain tile, as well as our thicker cabinets and overall just more modern interior, which has been very, very well received by our customers. And in addition to all of the great things that we've done to just redesign this entire interior, one of the smaller things that we did was just redesign our fireplace as a whole as well. You'll notice we have a brand new electric fireplace with a solid surface surround that's going to match all of our countertops and solid surface counters in the back as well. One of the most impressive features about this Venetian F42 is the kitchen galley. There's clearly no shortage of counter space, especially when we pull out our massive pull-out galley. In addition to all of this countertop space, there's also plenty of storage to go along with it as well. You'll notice when we pull out these drawers, there's certainly no shortage of space. With 3 drawers on this pull-out galley alone, with full extension, you have plenty of room to put all of your food and anything else that you may want to store. And even underneath the sink, you'll notice we have another very huge pull-out drawer. It's a great place to put all your pots and pans. And right next to that, we have a holder for our sink covers as well as for our induction cooktop covers. And in addition to all of the countertop space and storage options in this Venetian F42's kitchen, we also have the best of the best appliances. Whirlpool appliances for our convection microwave, a stainless steel double bowl sink, and then we also have an induction cooktop that, as you can see, has been recessed. And again, when you take these covers off, they'll fit right next to the sink covers, stored nice and neat so you always have a place to put them. But one feature that's really, really neat about this induction cooktop is not only is it recessed, but it's also removable. So if you take these covers off, you can actually pick it up, take it outside, and use it outdoors as well. And in addition to the Whirlpool convection microwave, we also have a Whirlpool refrigerator. It's a French door fridge with ice and water on the outside, and we also conveniently place a lock on the top, so when you're driving down the road, you never have to worry about those doors opening up on you. And despite how large our kitchen already is, we still managed to find room for 2 pull-out pantries. Each pantry already has a lock already installed on them, so you're not going to have to worry about anything sliding out if you're driving and taking somewhat of a sharper turn. And again, you have the 2 pantries stacked right on top of each other, full hardwood. One of the great things about this Venetian F42 floor plan is just how spacious it is on the inside. With plenty of spaces to seat, you can have tons of guests over without bumping elbows and have plenty of space for everybody. You'll see on my right, we have our 2 reclining theater seats, directionally facing right across from not only another large 90-inch sofa ensemble, but also where our pop-up TV is going to be as well. So what's really nice is when we have guests over, we can sit right across from each other and not have to look down to the side. It really opens up the floor for conversation, and if that's not enough, we even have our new captain chairs that are redesigned for 2021. Both chairs, as you can see, will swivel all the way around. And what's really great about our passenger seat is that actually, in addition to spinning around, we have an electric footrest as well. In my opinion, that's probably the best seat in the entire unit, because not only can we sit down nice and comfortably with our feet up in the air when we're having guests over, but when we spin it back around, that's probably the best way to travel. And speaking of traveling and sitting while you're driving down the road, we have tons of seat belts. We have 2 seat belts here in the sofa ensemble, 4 seat belts in our booths, a seat belt in each one of these reclining theater seats, as well as seat belts for the 2 captain chairs. And I'm sure you may be wondering, with that many seat belts, where is everybody supposed to sleep? Not to worry, this Venetian F42 floor plan offers very versatile sleeping options. Whether it's our sofa ensemble that folds out for a sleeping area for 2, our dream dinette that actually drops down with an additional cushion that's easily stored underneath the exterior storage, all of these are very, very usable sleeping spaces. And in addition to those 2 options, one of our most popular extra sleeping areas is going to be our drop-down overhead bunk behind us. As you can see, with just a push of a button, this bed will drop down very easily, smooth, and quietly. With 500 pounds of capacity, this is a great sleeping space for an additional 2 guests. What's also really great about this sleeping area is if you're not using it for sleeping, you can actually use this as an additional storage space. Some people even use it as a built-in safe, as a matter of fact. You can see if you look at this little key right here, as soon as you turn this to the off position, you can pull out this key, hit the button, and it won't go anywhere. So a lot of people will put their valuables up there and use it as a built-in safe. And even after making so much room for seating and sleeping options, we still managed to make use of every square inch of this floor plan, putting storage in places you wouldn't even expect. In your sofa ensemble, you'll have 2 separate drawers that completely pull out. In addition to that storage, we have plenty of cabinet storage right above our 2 reclining theater seats and our kitchen. As you can see, these are extremely deep cabinets, so it's no problem at all to fit large plates or anything that you may want to put up here. As we step into the master bedroom of this Venetian F42, you'll see that it offers all of the comfort and luxury that you would expect. We have a king-size tilt-a-view bed. This feature has been extremely popular with a lot of our customers. It allows you to lean up, read a book, watch TV. We've even been told it helps with snoring from some of our customers, oddly enough. But when it's time to go to bed, it'll drop fully down so you can lay all the way back. The other thing that's really nice about this entire setup is when we aren't using the bed for sleeping, we can tilt it all the way up, which increases the amount of walking space in front of the bed. The other nice thing about this feature that often goes unnoticed is because we have these 2 opposing slides, by building this bed into a tilt, it allowed us to build out this storage to be twice as far. So now we have full depth wardrobes and drawers, as well as the ability to fit our Whirlpool washer and dryer right there next to the TV. We even have storage right behind the TV, as well as under the bed and overhead as well. Another feature that we often get asked about when we're talking about our bedroom is outlets and USB ports. So for all of our floor plans in the Venetian, we conveniently locate 110 outlets on the sides of each bed on the base and USB ports tucked away in the very back so you can conveniently charge any of your phones. So as we walk into the master bath of this Venetian F42 floor plan, you'll just notice how spacious it is. We got really creative with the design and layout, which enabled us to place these dual vanity sinks in the back. We also have plenty of storage to go all the way across, as well as a very impressive medicine cabinet that pulls right on out. The Venetian shower has a one-piece pre-molded fiberglass shower. And then last but not least, in this master bath, you'll see that we have a toilet with a macerator. And what's really great about this F42 floor plan is the fact that it is a bath and a half. So when you do have guests over, you won't have to worry about sharing the master bath with them, people coming in and out through your own bedroom. You have your own mid-bath right here, which also has a full sink, another toilet with a macerator, and a toe kick dustpan with your central vac system. And we also have towel hangers conveniently located on the inside of this mid-bath door as well. Another great thing about this Venetian, as well as all of our other diesel product lines, is just how easy they are to use. You'll see centered right here, we have a touchscreen, which is our full house multiplex system. Nearly everything that you will need to do to operate your unit can be accessed right on this screen. Whether it's just your home screen that allows you to turn the lights on and off. You can check your tanks, see what levels they're at. You can set your temperatures for your front, mid, or rear AC. You can turn on your aqua hot system, all from this panel. You can operate your slides, turn on your vent fans. And last but not least, what's really, really neat is you can connect your phone to this system and operate everything via Bluetooth. And you may not think that you would be utilizing that aspect of it if you're already in the unit, but one piece of feedback we've gotten from our customers and something that they've really enjoyed about that ability to operate things through their phone is when you're operating your slides or your awnings outside. From the touch of a button, you can bring out your awnings and slide and not have to worry about hitting the unit next door or a tree or a pole or anything that you may be parked next to. When it comes to entertainment, this Venetian F42 has everything that you'll need. From the cockpit TV to the midship TV on what we call a televator, you'll have plenty of options to watch TV or movies. The Venetian F42, as well as all other floor plans, come equipped with a Winegard Traveler turret, as well as DirecTV already installed. All you have to do is get a subscription. Another feature that's really nice in terms of entertainment is the fact that we actually have a Winegard 2.0 system already on board standard. What's really great about this is it's a 3-in-1 system. It's an omnidirectional HD TV and FM radio antenna. It's going to be your Wi-Fi booster. Will actually pick up Wi-Fi from a mile away and drop it in and around your coach to rebroadcast that signal right there. And then last but not least, it's also 4G capable. So the reason that I say this is so convenient for entertainment is as you're driving down the road, you could still stream television or movies onto these smart TVs. We also have a TV in the master bedroom as well as an exterior entertainment center, which includes not only a TV, but also a soundbar, which we'll get to see when we go outside. And as I mentioned previously, the Venetian F42 is built on the Freightliner raised rail chassis, which now comes standard with our all-new digital dash display. In addition to this digital dash display, it is also equipped with Drive Tech, which integrates the transmission controls as well as engine brake into the steering column, making it very, very easily accessible as you're driving down the road, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road at any time. We also have all of our automatic leveling controls just to the left of us. So when we get to the campground, we can easily just turn that on, hit one button, and have this unit completely level itself. Beyond that, you'll see the remainder of your buttons nicely laid out and easily accessible, whether it's your day and night shades that are operated by the touch of a button. Another great feature that adds to the comfortability of this unit is the fact that we have a tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So as we're sitting in this captain chair, we can adjust the steering wheel to the perfect fit just for us, so we have all the comfort necessary as we're driving down the road. And another great feature that's very, very much so worth mentioning is our new dash screen. It's a 15.7-inch Garmin navigation infotainment center. We have the ability to have our Garmin GPS, and we can also split screen with all of the cameras. We have a camera in the rear as well as on each one of our side mirrors. From the touch of a button, we can easily look on either one of our blind sides, giving you the assurance of switching lanes when you need to, or even checking to see if you have clearance when you're putting a slide out. And new for 2021, we actually have a new software that allows us to control many of the operations that we would typically do on our multiplex system straight from this front screen in the dash. And as I mentioned earlier, we are on a Freightliner raised rail chassis, and we wouldn't want to have it any other way. As a matter of fact, I don't think that any of our customers would want it any other way either, considering that 2/3 of all diesel motorhomes built since the beginning of 2017 are built on a Freightliner chassis. You see, Freightliner has a number of competitive advantages that most other chassis manufacturers can't achieve. By being a part of the Daimler Group, Freightliner has access to shared resources for engineering, design, as well as lean manufacturing processes from their affiliate trucking companies, as well as high-end premium car companies like Mercedes-Benz. See, Freightliner builds in a number of great features that enhances the ride and drive of your vehicle. On the front axle, we have a 55-degree wheel cut, which allows you to maneuver these vehicles with ease. We also have a full air ride suspension system, and then the engineering expertise of Freightliner also adds to the ride and drive as well. On the front axle, they have what's called a bell crank, which essentially prohibits any shock or vibration from transferring from that front axle up into the steering column. So if you're driving down the road and you hit a bump, pothole, whatever it may be, you're not going to feel any of that shock or vibration coming up through the steering column, giving you the confidence to know that you have complete control of your vehicle at all times. And then in the rear of the coach, probably one of the most notable features from Freightliner is going to be our V-Ride rear suspension, which acts as an anti-sway or roll stability mechanism, again, eliminating any feel that you may be top heavy, again, giving you that confidence as you're driving down the road. And then lastly, for 2021 chassis, we're going to have tire pressure monitoring installed into the dash, as well as ultra steer on our B42 and F42 floor plans. And what really sets us apart from our other competitors that are also building on a Freightliner chassis is what we're going to see right here, which is what we call our Atlas Foundation. You see, when we buy our chassis from Freightliner, we're buying essentially the front axle, the rear axle, the two main chassis rails, and the engine. From there, we still have to build the entire platform that the motorhome actually sits on. And for that, we use a company called MOLTIPLEX. MOLTIPLEX is our quality vehicle modifier, and they build what we call the Atlas Foundation. Using state-of-the-art technology and very extensive processes, they build a platform that is second to none. Starting with computerized lasers, they're going to make the cuts for all of their parts and pieces. So not only are they going to be nice and smooth, but more importantly, extremely precise. When you want to build a high-quality product, you have to start with the highest of quality parts and pieces right from the beginning, and that's exactly what MOLTIPLEX does when they're building the Atlas Foundation for us. From there, they're going to assemble all of those parts and pieces together on a laser-level fixture table. They can check for tightness and squareness right then and there and assemble that entire structure together on that laser-level fixture table, then using a hoist to lift it up and put it on top of the chassis from there. By doing it this way, MOLTIPLEX guarantees that we're not going to have any more than 1/8 inch deflection from corner to corner up to 45 feet, which is extremely important for us and gives us some serious competitive advantages over all of our other manufacturer competitors. The first advantage that this Atlas Foundation gives us is, number one, a better ride. We can do things with our construction that some manufacturers simply can't do. A great example of that is the fact that we actually have a welded steel cage floor, whereas most other manufacturers are either using wood or aluminum. We can probably guess why we wouldn't want to use wood for the structure of our floor in a motorhome, especially this size. So because we have this welded steel cage floor, not only is it going to be more stable and more responsive, but because it's heavier, it also lowers the center of gravity, further enhancing that ride and drive experience for all of our customers. As a matter of fact, we have 60% of the weight underneath our feet when we're on the inside. Everything in terms of structure beneath our feet when we're inside is all steel. The second big advantage of this Atlas Foundation is it gives us much more room to live in. As we saw on the interior, it is a very spacious floor plan. The reason we can have such spacious floor plans is because we have the structural integrity to support the weight of these massive slides that really open up that interior. And then last but not least, this Atlas Foundation allows us to bring more stuff with us. As we look down into the exterior storage bays, you'll notice just how efficiently we build around those two main chassis rails, optimizing the exterior storage. As a matter of fact, this floor plan alone has 215 cubic feet of exterior storage space. So on the exterior, a few features that we like to highlight on this Venetian F42 is, number one, just going to be the entry door. This is actually going to be a 30-inch wide entry door, allowing you to easily enter and exit your motorhome. And then moving right down along, you'll notice we have our fuel fill. This Venetian comes with a 100-gallon fuel tank, as do all the other Venetian floor plans. What's really convenient about this, though, is there's also a fill on the other side, making it a dual fill. So when you're driving to a gas station, rather than trying to station yourself on the correct side, you can just pull up on either side. Another upgrade that we've had within the last 1 to 2 years is going to be moving to the 295 tires, which is, again, going to be one of those things that just further enhances that ride and drive experience. As we're looking at just the overall exterior of the motorhome, you'll notice we have a full body skim buff paint job. We also have dual pane windows throughout that are top hinge and frameless, giving that more high-end profile look. The dual pane windows are going to keep you warmer in the winters and cooler in the summers. And then on the exterior, we also have an entertainment center. So we have an Insignia 32-inch TV that's on a swivel bracket. What's really great about this is we can pull it out and put it at whatever viewing angle is going to be best for us at that time. And we also have a sound bar mounted at the bottom. We're seeing more and more customers come outside, connect via Bluetooth, and listen to music as they're hanging out with family and friends on the exterior. All Venetian floor plans come equipped with Girard entry door awning as well as a Girard patio awning. What's really great about this is, again, we can control all of these straight from the touch of our fingers right on our own mobile devices. As I mentioned earlier, with 215 cubic feet of exterior storage, we can bring just about anything that we need on the road with us. We have 2 full pass-through storage bays and 1 slide-out tray that's capable of holding 800 pounds on this alone. The other pass-through storage bay that doesn't have a slide can hold 1,000 pounds in that bay alone as well. One of the new features that we have for 2021 is the material we use for this exterior storage. We're using a 3/8 inch foam core material with an Asdel-backed pebble grain fiberglass that's not only a great insulator, but that pebble grain fiberglass is also extremely easy to clean, and it's also extremely easy to see in those lower light situations as those cargo lights bounce off and reflect off that material very, very well. And in our last bay, right before our rear axle, you'll see it's just the opposite side of our wet bay. Here you'll find your gravity fill for your freshwater tank so you can conveniently fill it up again from either side. And then just behind the rear axle, we'll find our inverter bay. Here you'll find your 2,000 watt pure sine inverter as well as your solar panel control charge. So we have 100 watts of solar power already on this unit coming standard. This system that we have in place can hold up to 300 watts total. So if you would like to, you could add an additional 2 100-watt panels. We use Go Power, and everything is plug and play. So if that's an option that you wanted to take advantage of, you can easily buy those panels, mount them up, and plug them right in. And then in this very last bay on the passenger side, we'll find our 2 12-volt chassis batteries. So in this very first bay on the driver's side, we're gonna have access to all of our hydraulic systems. We're also gonna have access to our generator right here. We just pull this one little release and it unlocks the hood in the front, which gives us access to that 10,000 watt generator that is on a slide tray. That 10,000 watt generator will be powering 3 15K BTU ACs with heat pumps in each and every single one of them. And then as we move back towards the rear of the coach, this very next bay behind the front axle is going to be where we house our AquaHot 250D. This is a recent change that we made from the AquaHot 250P. So now there is no propane on board, and this is a fully electric diesel motorhome. And this is just the opposite side of that storage that we already saw on the passenger side. Again, what's really convenient about this is not only do you have 800 pounds of capacity on the end of this, but it'll come in and out on either side, making that loading and unloading that much easier for you as you're going on your longer trips. A few key features to mention in this bay is going to be our onboard surge guard as well as our Glendenning power cord reel. And this right here is going to be our wet bay. It's just your standard wet bay with your outdoor shower, low point drains, your main tank fill, water heater bypass, you have your full house water filter right there, as well as an electric hose reel. So then right here in this compartment, we're going to have a 13-gallon DEF tank. The consumption ratio is about 50-to-1 from diesel to DEF, so you really only have to fill this about every 3 to 5 times. We place a gauge right here so you can easily check on it, but there's also a display up on your dash as well. So one of the biggest recent changes we've made to the Venetian is making it an all-electric vehicle. So in this rear bay right here, you're gonna find these 6 6-volt house batteries, which is 2 additional batteries than older Venetian models had.